Next, we have someone, again, a lot of folks will know, very well known around, all around town, and in our community of kind of virtual pride and drag story hour has been involved with both before. We have Sassy Diaz.
Hi.
Sassy.
I see we got the big hair, big afro memo.
Just a little something, something tiny for the event.
Subtle. Something subtle.
Yeah. Going to the store.
What are you reading today?
I'm reading one of my favorite poems from one of my favorite authors, Langston Hughes. The Negro Speaks of Rivers by Langston Hughes.
Oh, I read some things about him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was very much a prominent writer during the Harlem Renaissance. Can't speak. Definitely was valued in many other genres of writing. He wasn't just a great poet. He actually wrote many, many stories. He actually has a book of stories that are short stories about his trip, like when he was going to see his father from Missouri to New York. Mm-hmm. So there's a small book of just short stories of things he would see. And this poem is actually in that book of small stories. So it's one of my favorites. And Langston Hughes has just always been something that inspired me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite poems of all time. I'm super excited. All right, and we're going to let you take it away.
All right. So I'm reading The Negro Speaks of Rivers by Langston Hughes. I've known rivers. I've known rivers ancient as the world and older than the flow of human blood in human veins. My soul has grown deep like the rivers. I bathed in the Euphrates when downs were young. I built my hut near the Congo, and it lulled me to sleep. I looked upon the Nile and raised the pyramids above it. I heard the singing of the Mississippi when Abe Lincoln went down to New Orleans. I've seen its muddy bosom turn all golden in the sunset. I've known rivers, ancient, dusky rivers. My soul has grown deep like the rivers.
That was great. Thank you, Sassy.
Thank you,
I want an audiobook of you just reading like some Hughes poems now. That was just like the perfect reading.
Yes. So the reason why I was reading on Langston Hughes recently is because there was like some rumors, which means it's not like solidified or set in stone, that he was a part of our community.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is one of the biggest things about him, that he was fam.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, really? And then I fell into this rabbit hole where I was like, oh, and like people like having like they're talking about their interactions with him and him meeting with somebody else, and like, and them disappearing, but he was very private. And plus in that time it was almost like illegal, wasn't it?
It was illegal.
Yeah, I mean, well, like being Black was still like a thing that was very taboo. So like, don't be gay and Black. Also, like that was just extra. Like, so if you was gay, like you had to be quiet about being gay.
So, and somebody like dissected one of his poems and was like, "This could be like him telling us that he's gay." But I was like, "Oh,
he has a couple poems that have like underlying like hints of things," and you're like.
When I read that the first time, I did not see that, but okay.
I didn't catch that, but I caught it. Okay.
Yeah, and actually, I mean, a lot of the poets in the Harlem Renaissance, a lot of the writers, we either know, they were, in the community, or we at least suspect it. But of course, most of them could not be out with it in any explicit way. Actually, we were talking about Essex Hemphill earlier. Essex Hemphill was actually involved in this documentary that came out in the late 80s called Looking for Langston, that was about him, being gay, and had a lot of the young gay poets like Essex Hemphill in it. Langston Hughes' family sued the filmmakers and prevented them from using his poetry in the film, because they did not want anything to do with that.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, they were not. You couldn't, like I said, you couldn't be gay and Black. Like, pick one.
That would be hard today. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm not picking one. You gotta pick. Lock me up then, cause.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Sassy.
You're welcome, guys. Have a good day.
Yeah. Yeah.